who's going to join us to tell us more about your agency, and we have Sue-Ann with us. Hi Sue-Ann, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us more about your agency, ARTIFY, and why do you choose to form this agency that is very urgently needed in Singapore and Far East?
Well, actually we work with a collection of artists. We represent a collection of artists and their artworks, and we want to help them to brand themselves. I think there's a lot of talent in Singapore. A lot of artistic people in Singapore with a good level of technical skills. As you can see, some of the artists that we partner with have a good level of technical skills, but they're not getting the exposure that they need. They're not getting the partnership that they need. They don't know how to brand themselves, and that's where ARTIFY comes in. So we partner with artists to teach them or to guide them on the kind of collections they should have, the kind of artworks that they should create that has commercial appeal, and to help them brand themselves so that they can make a good living out of their art, and to guide them through and to mature as artists. So that's the reason we're here.
And so what sort of criteria do you set aside and what you're looking for in artists that join you?
Most importantly, I think, is commitment. An artist should also be open to different points of view about their art, and to be willing to explore and push limits, push their comfort zone in terms of what they explore in their art. So that's important for us, to be able to have an open communication with the artist, to have a very frank conversation about what works and what doesn't work, about what makes a good collection, what makes a good exhibition, and how we can partner in different and innovative ways to partner and brand the artists and create visible events for the artists to showcase their talent.
Amazing. Sue-Ann, please tell us, what will be your inspiration behind this drive? Was there any artist or any agency around the world that caused you to start this wonderful movement?
Actually, for us, we try to meet artists in a way that we represent not just their original works, but also different avenues to brand themselves through merchandising, through reproductions, through merchandising, to create a brand for the artists. And we think it's important because there's always a space for original art, but there's also a need for artists to continue to make a passive income for themselves after the original art is sold, and to brand themselves in a way. And so we like to work with artists in a way that allows us to not just represent their original collection, but also to allow us to collaborate with them on several different commissioned works, so that they're able to be visible in different projects and independent projects, to merchandise themselves and to brand themselves, basically.
Now, why do you call yourself ARTIFY? I think a lot of my viewers will want to know why ARTIFY.
Well, it's a way for consumers to define their space. Everybody has a unique taste, unique preference. Everybody has their own individual characteristics, and for people to select art that defines themselves, to artify their space, to articulate themselves through art. I think that's something that we all can relate to artify our space and to inspire our space.
Amazing. And Sue-Ann, please tell us, how can artists locate any information, and how can they participate in your program?
Well, they can contact myself. We work very closely with our partner artists. So we have a collection of partner artists that we work very closely with, and we communicate very closely with them as well on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. We meet up, we discuss projects, we discuss events that we can do together, unique projects, unique collaborations, and commission works, things like that. So we communicate very closely. So anyone who wants to partner with us and to work with us, it starts with a conversation. It starts with sitting down, getting in touch with us through our email, through a personal call, establishing contact, for us to get to understand the artist better, their style, what inspires them, and how we can work together.
And what's your email address?
My email address is Sue-Ann, SUEANN, @artify.asia. That's the best way to get in touch.
And is there a website?
Yes, artify.asia. So www.artify.asia. That would be another way to get in touch with us.
Thank you so much, Sue-Ann, for sharing with us, and as well as the enthusiasm of ARTIFY. And folks, thank you for joining me. I'm Robin Stienberg. Please do look out for Sue-Ann on her website, or even either an email. Once again, have a good week ahead.
Thank you, Robin.
Hi, welcome to the National Critics' Choice Online News. I'm Robin Steinberg, and today we have Mr. Jalal, who's with us to tell us more about his art. And it's called the Call of the Mind series. Jalal, welcome to our show. Yeah, please tell me, how do you first started becoming an artist?
pretty simple process. You know, I know that I can draw very well since I was 6 years old. I discovered that, you know, my mind and my right hand works pretty well when it comes to drawings, creating something. And then I also realized that, you know, the gift of or ability to draw is actually a gift which can be a life skill to me or to anyone who possesses such.
And so, what was your inspiration behind your art? Was there any heroes that you have come about?
Okay, you mentioned about heroes. Yeah, Van Gogh is always my hero. You know, because of the strong color, the strong strokes, and even you know, the simpler subject that he portrays in the paintings. Then from there, I explore further what's around me. You know, for example, like I'm looking at a friend, around me. I'm looking at the chicken, at the duck, you know, and then how I start, and how I realize how fun drawing is about, you know. And when you finish your work, you put it on the wall, you know. People start giving good comments or even bad comments, you know, that you give you such satisfactions, whereby, you know, you can record something onto papers, you know, onto visual that you can share with the rest. And the magic part is that when you realize, you know, for example, your teacher put a picture of apple, you know, on the table. Among the 10 people, you know, you can produce that apple very nicely, you know. But another 9 couldn't produce such a good apple that you have produced. Then you realize that, hey, this skill is special. Only special people have such skill.
Now, as you develop your skill for many years, you know, what would be your advice to young artists who are trying to aspire and follow your footsteps? What would be the tricky advice?
A tricky advice, I should say, never stop learning. And you should learn from everyone. It can be babies, it can be teenagers, it can be old people. You know. Mustn't stop learning. You know. And importantly, read. You know, and do your own research. That's very, very important, because that will put you at par with the market, put you at par with the expectations of your audience.
Now, who's your favorite teacher so far today that has taught you most of the skills that you have acquired?
I should say I am a self-taught artist, you know, and I did my training in graphic design in Nanyang Academy of Fine Arts. That's my formal training. But in terms of fine art, I should say my so-called mentor. Suppose it is there is one late artist who passed away 2 years ago, Mr. Mubdir. He's a very good artist, who able to handle acrylic very well, who can execute oil painting very well, and his ability to draw on the spot that inspired me, you know, to be an artist like him, who are very confident and very into social service, you know, where he imparts his knowledge, his skill, and he make people, you know, aware about the existing of art.
Now, you spoke about the existence of art and of course fine art. What's the definition of fine art today for you? Do you think it will continue to change in the future?
Looking at the fine art basically is something which is conventional, but it has been developed and evolved, you know, and keep on evolving. And looking at the current trend of art, where you buy installation art, and you even have minimalism art. But again, art to be produced on canvas, to be framed and to be displayed, to be enjoyed, is still there as the prominent, or so-called the ultimate artwork that is, I believe, until today is being appreciated and valued, you know, by normal people and even by auctioneer.
Now, why do you call your new series The Call of the Mind? I mean, you have a new series of art right now being displayed. Why The Call of the Mind?
The Call of the Mind is more it's something that I want to connect my audience with my own mind. You know, what I read, what I see, what I observe, then I compose them into a painting. You know, in every single painting that I produce, I take a lot of effort, to create such a message that I want to send across. I make sure that every single piece that I produce, there is symbol, there is meaning behind it. And to do that, I need to use a lot of my mind power, to digest, to compose, to create, and to pick the right subject to be part of the paintings. And at the same time, out of that composition, there's philosophy. And I want to make sure that's why I want to make sure that people can appreciate my work, not only as a piece of work, but it's also an intellectual subject that you can share, that you can learn, that you can emulate to make you a better person.
Amazing. You spoke about a better person. What is your philosophy of art and becoming a better person today?
It's very simple to me. Have fun. Have fun with whatever you want to do.
Amazing. Now, you have chosen ARTIFY to represent your artwork. Why?
Okay. One thing, as I told you, I love fun. You have to be. Anything you do, whatever you want to do, you must have fun. And when I connected with Sue, with ARTIFY, I think it's just like less than 5 minutes for us to gel and to have that chemistry, to work together, to talk. In fact, our first meeting, I remember we spent hours talking, of the same subject, of the same topic that we can really talk and we can really digest together. That's I realized that in order for you to work well with another party, you must have the gel must be right, So gel well and you can work well and you can achieve your objective, also your result.
About your art piece behind you, tell us more about it and tell us how you got your inspiration from this piece that you have painted behind you.
Okay, this work is about the flora and fauna of Singapore. I always have this worry with me about Singapore. Singapore is a fast-shaping country. I born in 1964 and I see how it's developed. And I really worry that Singapore used to be filled up with jungles, with flora and fauna. But with all the buildings coming up, I really worry that one day all this flora and fauna will be gone from Singapore because the needs of space. And by producing this work, I really hope the relevant authorities will look into this seriously, whereby they will keep on preserving the flora and fauna of Singapore, to be part of a developed Singapore. I don't want them like here. They keep on building these concrete buildings. They keep on building something which is aerodynamic. Yet I'll make sure that they don't forget about the flora and fauna of Singapore. And one thing that I've seen was that the development of the garden by the bay was fantastic, whereby flora and fauna was placed as the ultimate objective, to be there.
Amazing. Now, how can our viewers look out for more information?
It's easy. You can tie up with. You can check into my. You can tie up with ARTIFY. ARTIFY representing me now, and you can also. I believe there is always in the newspaper, also in the electronic media, about my work, about my development of my work as an artist.
Well, folks, thank you for joining us here at the Natural People's Choice with Mr. Jal, and please do look up at ARTIFY's website. And once again, have a good week ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.